Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 5-minute time limit, and it is for the Non-Wrestlers Championship. Introducing first the challenger, he hails from Cleveland, Ohio, and weighs in tonight at 228 pounds, Jake Paul. As my mother used to say, never trust a man whose surname could also be a first name. And when it comes to Jake Paul, that advice could not reign truer. Nonetheless, after that victory against Joe Biden, he has earned the right, he has earned the shot against Peter Griffin here tonight. And Jake Paul, as much as he's a hated figure, as much as the fans don't appreciate him, he's a very capable fighter and a great athlete. Certainly could cause Peter Griffin, the champion, all kinds of problems. Introducing his opponent, he hails from Quahog, Rhode Island, and weighs in tonight at 358 pounds, and he is the current reigning and defending non-wrestlers champion, Peter Griffin. Well, Peter Griffin, adored by the fans as always, a very, very popular man, and he has been on the roller coaster ride after winning that non-wrestlers champion, becoming the first ever champion. And what a run of title defences he has had. He is really on fire at the moment, at the top of his game. It's going to take a real special athlete to take that belt away from him, and maybe Jake Paul could just be that athlete. We are about to find out. As the bell rings, 5-minute time limit in this match. Somebody's not doing the job with the editing because the time is not on the screen, but there is a 5-minute time limit in these non-wrestlers championship matches, and look at that cheap shot by Jake Paul. Well, an aggressive start here by Paul. Punch to the ghoulies, going for the ghoulies again. And maybe this is the right strategy. Keep the big man grounded. He can't hit any of them big power moves.
Rope break.
When he's down on the mat, referee calling for the rope break. Peter Griffin's foot in the ropes, but look at Jake Paul using that count to his advantage and waiting until the very last second so he doesn't get disqualified but inflicts the extra damage. But now look at this, Peter Griffin finding his way to his feet and taking Jake Paul down immediately. A little bit of a bad start for Peter Griffin. Maybe he can turn it around here as he sends him for the ride off the ropes. Look at this though, Paul goes behind, beautiful German suplex. And now Paul once again going for that front face lock, trying to take all the oxygen away from Peter Griffin. And when you're a large man like that, you need a lot of oxygen to move those muscles around. Jake Paul with a smart strategy here. Try and keep the man on the ground. Will it succeed? If he can keep this up, I think it will. The single leg Boston Crab now by Jake Paul, submission maneuver. Peter Griffin completely helpless, centre of the ring, in a lot of excruciating pain. Well, but Paul couldn't keep that lock on, and very hard to keep leg locks on a man that size. It takes a lot of strength and power as Peter Griffin now gets to his feet. Jake Paul going right after him and knocking him down once again. Now the cover by Paul, shoulders down. We could have a new non-wrestlers champion here, but Peter Griffin having other ideas. Just throwing the 230 pounder right in the air, and now the thirst press by Griffin, and right hands right to the face. Now Griffin sending him into the corner, and look at this, the big arse. The big arse being used as a weapon once again, and look at this now, Paul in the corner, the stink face. Oh, he could pass out just from the older, believe me, as Peter Griffin now really on a roll, and this capacity crowd really getting behind him. Now Griffin sending Jake Paul for the ride off the ropes. Beautiful power slam. Did you see the way he rotated the hips? Great technique there by Griffin. He is really getting better. His wrestling skills really improving week on week with every title defense. And now sending Jake Paul for the ride off the ropes once again. Beautiful side slam and the cover. This could be all she wrote. Jake Paul shoulders down. Oh no. Paul getting the shoulder up and living to fight on. Maybe he's got a little bit more up his sleeve. Nice block by Paul in the left hand. And now look at this, throwing the punches. Griffin goes down to the canvas, now stomping him. Oh, letting him get to his feet though, that could have been a mistake. And a left hand by Griffin. Now Griffin sending Paul for the ride off the ropes. Knocks him down. Paul getting straight up though. Well, he doesn't the third time. That heavy shoulder block takes him out. And now Griffin. The big 350 pound splash. Jake Paul struggling to get the shoulders up. And Peter Griffin retains that belt once again. What a champion this man is. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still the non-wrestlers champion, Peter Griffin. Well, Jake Paul thought he had a flawless strategy, which was to keep Peter Griffin down on the mat, and I think it would have worked if only he could have kept him there. Easier said than done, and Peter Griffin once again, what more can you say about this man? What a champion. Retains that belt once again. Is anybody going to be able to take that belt away from Peter Griffin?